The hell with being liked. You can't be in a situation where you want to have friends or you want to be liked and you want to be in a you want to create a culture that's quote unquote comfortable for people. You have to make people completely uncomfortable, and you have to create a culture. You have to create a culture in which people are walking in their businesses. They're walking in every single day, and they're trying to get better. They know that if I take one slip, if I take one day, if I take one moment where I'm not thriving to be the best, all right, that one moment can cost me so much. So I'm going to play you a couple of clips in terms of, because I think it was a couple of years, it was, man, close to 10 years ago now, when it was Notre Dame. Notre Dame walked into a national championship. I like that. I'm a Michigan, like I said, diehard Michigan fan. But that year that Notre Dame was the number one seed, and it was the year that Manti Te'o was up for the Heisman. They walked into the national championship as the number one seed. This was back when Brian Kelly was at Notre Dame. Anybody that knew college football knew, like, oh my God, they're about to get their ass kicked. And I hate to laugh at this, but when I say get their ass kicked, is because at this point, this was before we had the playoff system the way it is now, and there was the Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, and Rose Bowl, and all these major bowls like New Year's Six bowls, and then there was the national championship. So what happened was, it just so happened that year the SEC was just outside of its mind. I mean, teams were going down. Florida was beating this one, and then Tennessee won this, and then Georgia won this, and then you had LSU in the mix. You had all sorts of SEC. Like, the reason the SEC has so much cachet, per se, in my opinion, is that year that it just so happened that Notre Dame walked into the national championship as the number one seed, and then they got up against Alabama, and Alabama tore that ass up and down. Who was it? Was AJ? Is it AJ McCarron? Yeah, it was AJ McCarron that year. AJ McCarron was the quarterback for Alabama. Man, listen, that game, something had to change. Something had to change, because you had the brand in Notre Dame as the number one team, and you had a Heisman candidate, Manti Te'o, there, and there was a lot of like, okay, here we go, Notre Dame is back. They have it all, and the people don't like it because Notre Dame gets a lot of love from the media. They're one of the historic programs that built the sport into what it is today. So, the number one, you had the media going crazy, and it's like, the Rudies of the world, the Joe Montanas and all that, you had Lou Holtz, everything. And then Alabama goes and beats some ass, like straight up tear that ass up on the field. So 60 minutes, and I say all that just to get to preference the clips I'm going to be playing for you in a second. 60 Minutes did an interview with Nick Saban. I'm gonna run you through a couple of these clips, because I think they did a great job in getting people, or getting viewers, to understand what culture is all about. And the reason 60 Minutes obviously has been around for years, but the reason 60 Minutes is as great as it always has been is because they give you an inside access that you as a viewer can take years and years down the line, lessons that you can take years and years down the line, when we see these once in a lifetime type leaders, and we can start applying it to our businesses and applying it to the things that we're very passionate about. It doesn't just have to be football. So this was the first one that I pulled, and we're gonna talk about in a second once I play it. And then we have a few more in terms of how you can go about creating that culture in your business, and how you can go about maintaining it over a period of time.